played with more energy early, and subsequently their ball was going in and ours wasn't. And 10:30 in the morning, that's usually the case. And we talked about that a lot as a team. The more energetic, more spirited team's gonna win the game. And I thought they led there, for the majority of the first half. And early into the second half, we were able to turn it, and I thought we were able to kind of capture that energy. And definitely wasn't necessarily through our shooting. We didn't shoot the ball well all day, but we started defending a little bit better. And we got down 17 and gave ourselves a shot. Unfortunately, when you're coming down from 17, your margin for error is really, really small. And they beat us from the perimeter by 12 on 9 less attempts. And so, it's something we've got to figure out early in the season. Typically, we win the arc, and for whatever reason, these first couple of games, we have not been able to do that. So, proud of our guys' effort. I was disappointed in our focus. I was disappointed in our attention to detail, specifically on the defensive end. But it gives us a lot to focus in on. Proud of the way Cooper Bowser performed. Proud of the way that Carter Witts played in this tournament. And obviously, we know how good JP and Mark are. And we had to depend too much on them offensively today, put a lot of stress on them. Typically, for us to be really good, we got 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures, and we got some things to figure out. So, congrats to Wyoming, and it gives us a lot to look at to get better at.
Coach, Sam Griffin for them. I know you never want to say that your guys aren't capable or not capable and can't stop somebody, but sometimes a guy just seems to get off. I mean, he was just making shots. Was that a case this time, or was there something you could have done to slow him down?
Well, we tried, and obviously we didn't try well enough, and we tried to put 2 on, and it wasn't aggressive enough. It wasn't good enough. We tried to get the ball out of his hands, and clearly, he got 19 shots up. He was a plus 13, and I thought he just hit some big ones. I thought he was a guy where when the game got tight, he made some huge plays. But Wenzel's 3 was kind of the backbreaker. We had all the momentum, and we did a really poor job on him in the first half. He had 3 threes. He was 3 for 5 in the first half from 3, and we took him off the arc the whole second half until we had to get a stop, and he got a pretty uncontested look and made it, and was probably the play of the game.
Marcus, obviously, the goal of any game is to win, the goal of any tournament is to win, but a lot of times these preseason tournaments, there is a secondary goal about a team and trying to learn things. What do you feel like y'all can take from this tournament?
I mean, I feel like our effort has definitely gotten better. I feel like we've definitely shown some improvement on the glass, and this was a big rebounding game, and it looks like we won the glass, so that was a huge for us to step up in that aspect. But it seems like we still have a lot to grow on the defensive end, and like Coach talked about that game-changing 3 that was on me. I was just late to the 3, and I know he's a shooter. I got to be better and be there on that. But I mean, other than that, it's just more so leaders of this team have to step up and just demand more accountability on the defensive end.
And once again, I know it's a team sport. You want to win the game. Can you say anything? You are now for this tournament the all-time leading scorer over 3 days. I mean,
it's a cool moment, but I mean, I value winning more than my own points. I'm more of a team player, and I mean, I definitely have some improvements. I turned the ball over too much, and I didn't have any assists. So, I mean, I still got a lot to work on. Even though I did score the ball well this tournament, I still got a lot of improvements to make.
Well, I'll touch on that.
Okay, thank you.
His commitment to his work ethic in the off season was tremendous, and to work the way he did, and to come out and play the way he's been playing, it's investment equals return. I'm a big believer in that. You don't always know when you're going to get the return, but for me, there's frustration of losing, but you also know it's early in the season. You got to watch a team grow that lost 2 pros and has another, probably a top 5 talent on the roster still out. We've got to still look for seeing things that, hey, where is this thing heading, and what do we have to continue to, understand like this is going to be a big part of our situation. And they did everything they could to take him out, similar to what we try to do with Griffin, but he still goes for 18, and he does it shooting 50% from the floor. And to see what he was doing last year to this year, if he went first 5 games last year, first 5 games this year, he's got to be one of the most improved players in the country. And I don't think that's really debatable. Just looking at raw production a year ago to raw production now, and that's just a credit, to his work ethic and the time that he's putting in. And in the midst of going 1 and 2 and not being really excited about the outcome, I'm really excited about his growth, and I'm really proud of him.
anything else?
Yeah, Coach, I just want you got 22 points off the bench tonight. It's got to be great for you to know that the bench is coming through for you.
Yeah, you know, Carter had a really good tournament, and you know, I just told the team, really the bench had 3 guys that were positive in the plus minus, with Cooper Bowser leading the way. You know, he plays 23 minutes, he's a plus 11, and so we lose by 7. I'm not a huge believer in plus minors except when you see outliers. That's when you really got to look at it. If everything's kind of clumped to the mean, it doesn't really give you a whole lot. But when you look at the outliers, plus and minus can tell you a few things. We lose the game by 7. He's a plus 11. Okay, so he's basically an 18-point differential in 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So in his 17 minutes out of the game, all right, we were basically minus 18. And I think you gotta look at those things, right? And so he's continued to grow and grow and grow. He's the same guy, similar to Marcus. He's in the gym all the time. He's always in the facility. Every single time I pass by Coach Delaney's office, I feel like he's in there watching film, and he's being rewarded for it. Carter had a great tournament. Ben Vanderwall, to go through what he went through, you know, production-wise, it wasn't a huge production game for him, but man, he made a lot of winning plays. And even Davis, you know, Davis gave us some juice, especially early in that first half. So, you know, look, we've got a good team, and we're gonna have a good year as long as we can continue to grow and look at some of these things. I don't think we're gonna continue to shoot it this poorly all year, but I got to look at it, and I got to figure out a way to help our guys, you know, make sure that we're not shooting 24% in big games. All right, thank you.